What if the very first episode of Heartland Season 19 doesn't just continue the story, but completely changes it forever? A long-absent character returns, emotions resurface, and a wedding quietly begins to take shape, one that could redefine everything we thought we knew about the future of the series. And yes, it all starts with Georgie. Season 19 of Heartland is officially opening its doors, and Episode 1 is already shaping up to be one of the most emotionally loaded premieres we've had in years. Right from the start, there's a feeling that something big is coming, something that has been building quietly in the background for a long time. The biggest signal of that shift is Georgie's return. After leaving the ranch back in Season 14 to chase her Olympic dreams, Georgie has been absent from the Heartland world for years, and while her departure made sense, it always felt unfinished. Fans never really stopped wondering where she was, how she was doing, and whether her story would ever circle back home. Now, in the very first episode of Season 19, that question finally gets answered. Georgie is back, and she's not just visiting. Her return carries weight, purpose, and emotional consequences for everyone around her. Episode 1 subtly begins laying the groundwork for what will soon become a major romantic milestone in Georgie's life. This isn't a sudden or rushed moment, but rather the start of something that feels earned through time, distance, and personal growth. Georgie is no longer the teenager who left Heartland unsure of her future. She's coming back as a grown woman, shaped by years of discipline, ambition, and independence. That change is immediately felt, especially in the way other characters react to her presence. There's warmth, nostalgia, and a quiet realization that Georgie has truly evolved. And with that evolution comes a new chapter, one that points directly toward marriage. The episode doesn't spell everything out right away, but the signs are there. Conversations feel heavier, glances last a little longer, and there's a sense that Georgie's time back at Heartland is meaningful, not temporary filler. Her relationship with Quinn, which once ended because they were simply too young and uncertain, now feels very different. The doubts that once held them back no longer dominate the conversation. Instead, there's maturity, understanding, and a shared sense of readiness. Episode 1 carefully reminds us of their past without reopening old wounds. It shows us that sometimes timing is everything, and what didn't work before can become exactly right later on. At the same time, Georgie's return stirs emotions beyond romance. Heartland has always been about family, belonging, and coming home, and Episode 1 leans heavily into that theme. Being back at the ranch reconnects Georgie with the place that raised her, challenged her, and shaped who she is today. There's a quiet emotional pull in seeing her step back into that world, knowing that she may not stay long. That bittersweet feeling hangs over the episode, making every interaction feel more intense, more fragile. It's clear that if a wedding is coming, it won't just be a celebration, it will also be a goodbye of sorts. What makes this premiere especially compelling is how it balances excitement with uncertainty. The idea of Georgie getting married is joyful, but it also raises difficult questions. What does this mean for her future? Will marriage anchor her back to Heartland, or will it be the final step before she moves on for good? Episode 1 doesn't rush to answer these questions. Instead, it builds suspense by letting them linger, allowing viewers to feel both hopeful and uneasy at the same time. That emotional tension is exactly what makes the start of Season 19 so gripping. By the end of the first episode, one thing becomes very clear. Georgie's wedding journey has officially begun, not with a ceremony or an announcement, but with a return, a reconnection, and a quiet shift in priorities. Season 19 isn't easing us in gently. It's setting the stage for life-changing moments right away. And if Episode 1 is any indication, this season is going to be deeply emotional, romantically charged, and impossible to look away from.
As the story continues to unfold beyond Episode 1, The impact of Georgie's return grows stronger, not just for her, but for everyone connected to Heartland's sprawling family. Her reappearance stirs old feelings, unresolved tensions, and questions about what life really means after years spent apart. One of the most fascinating layers to watch will be how Georgie navigates her dual identities, the ambitious athlete who conquered Florida and the woman rediscovering her roots in Alberta. The show carefully hints that she isn't just coming back for comfort or nostalgia, she's returning with a purpose, and that purpose is deeply intertwined with her evolving relationship with Quinn. The couple's history was complicated and bittersweet, but now they have a chance to write a new story, one that feels grounded in real growth and mutual understanding. It's clear from the very beginning of Season 19 that Georgie and Quinn are not the same people they were before. They've faced life's challenges separately, and now their reunion is charged with the kind of emotional maturity that makes love feel possible again. At the same time, the writers are making it clear that Georgie's wedding won't simply be a romantic milestone. It's also a pivotal turning point for the entire series. Her decision to marry, even if only briefly, signals a moment of closure, a chapter that will inevitably lead to new beginnings for other characters. The question hovering over this storyline is whether marriage will be Georgie's new home or simply a bittersweet farewell, and that suspense keeps viewers on edge. Throughout the episodes following the premiere, we can expect to see the wedding preparations quietly build, conversations filled with hope and hesitation, and moments where Georgie must confront what she truly wants from life. It's a delicate balance between celebration and uncertainty, joy and loss. Meanwhile, Georgie's return isn't the only romantic thread heating up in Season 19. The complicated love story between Amy and Nathan is gaining momentum and promises to add even more depth and drama to the new season. Their slow-burning connection, which has been carefully nurtured over previous seasons, is reaching a tipping point. Episode 1 sets the stage for this relationship to take big, meaningful steps forward, steps that could lead to something as significant as marriage. The idea of 2 weddings in one season might feel overwhelming to some fans, but it reflects the show's commitment to exploring love in all its messy, beautiful complexity. Amy and Nathan's journey is a perfect counterpoint to Georgie and Quinn's story. It's younger, fresher, and filled with the challenges of blending family and romance. Season 19's first episode also introduces key moments that highlight the evolving dynamics between Amy, Nathan, and Lindy. Amy's efforts to create a connection between Nathan and Lindy show her deep desire to build a family, not just a romantic partnership. The tenderness in these moments adds emotional layers to the season and makes the eventual wedding plans feel rooted in real-life complexities. When Lindy asks if Nathan will be her new father, it's a heart-wrenching moment that promises to resonate throughout the season. Amy's careful response, reassuring Lindy that